Hi, my name is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 5 in our series Vintage Victorian Beauties, and it's my LineDotArrow design team project for March of 2023. Now, when we left off, all we had left to do was the back and then to bind the book. We've got several options here that we're going to go over. I'm pretty sure I know which way I want to go since I'm not very good at sewing. I have some difficulty with my hands, and sewing on camera usually turns out badly. But I can do it when I'm not on camera, no problem. I have no idea why. But here's what we've got to finish the back cover. And it's going to be very simple. I've got this little butterfly. I could have put the triple thick glaze on, but I had this glazed butterfly that's a little bit bigger that I think would look nice on the back cover. So I'm going to cover the little white one with this one. And I've inked around it as well. You can ink around them after you put the triple thick glaze on. Then I'm going to put this bigger butterfly up here at the top corner. So we have another focal point up here besides that. Now I haven't decided if I'm going to do these flowers in triple thick. So I probably should have. I just realized I didn't notice it until just now. So I will have to go back and do that. There's also a card on the inside of the book that I missed a butterfly. And so I will have to do that as well. So we're just going to do the back, and then we're going to do the binding, and that shouldn't take us very long at all. And then we have enough time, or we will have enough time to do a flip through. So on the back cover, I printed out 2 copies, and all we're going to do is put the pocket on here, and it will be a hidden pocket. And we're just going to leave the pocket. I'm not going to put a card in right now. I'm just going to leave it open in case someone wants to put a card on the back, and that way it's totally up to them. So I've inked the outside, 3 outside edges to match the outside edges here. And then we're just going to glue it on. This is actually the second copy. This is the first one. It's got that lace on it. So now we're just going to put this on top. All I did was fussy cut this out of the page. That was just like it. Okay. Then we will put the 2 butterflies on. This one, my scanning cut it out and actually left the antennae on there. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to glue him in the center, just his body. I think I want to put him here. I think I want to hit this little center part with the ink again. Looks like there's a little bit of white left there, even though I tried to trim it really close. I just stuck my finger in the glue. So let's do that again. This may just be a 15-minute video. The dog is mad because I turned the heater off. Let's put this butterfly on this way. And his wings will stick up a little bit. We won't be able to fully put them up like we do on the cover because they're just going to get smushed flat. Now this butterfly, since it's going to be over the top of this one, I'm not going to leave it where you can lift the wings up because then you'll see the white butterfly underneath. So we're just going to glue this butterfly on. Got tons of glue coming out. It's definitely going to be glued on there, that's for sure. I'm doing it so the edge of this wing goes right along the edge of the paper. Now we're going to need to put lace on here. And since I'm not putting a card in here, I don't mind making the pocket just a smidge smaller. So let's put the lace on. And we want to put the lace on the edge that's going to face the rest of the lace. And I'm pretty sure we're going to bind this with elastic. If that doesn't hold it tight enough, then we'll sew it in. We could also tie it with a ribbon, which would be pretty. Ribbon tends to come loose, and you have to kind of keep retightening it. Whoops. Looks like once I straightened it out, I got a little bit long on this one. So there's that. I'm wondering, with this big glossy butterfly, whether I need to do glossy accents on these flowers or not. I'm not sure that I do. We have the two butterflies. My friend in my chat group that we chat every night, my chat and craft group of friends, she was like, stay away from the butterflies. And I'm like, no, we have to have flutterbys. That's what I call them. That's what they do. Flutterby. They are not flying butter. Which is what the plural of the name implies, butterflies. Sort of like a statement. Butterflies. I've put way too much thought into that, haven't I? This is one of my favorite images. I almost used it for the front cover. But then we had so much success making that other image the front image that I moved this over a little bit and left a little bit extra on this side so that the lace will line up better. See, his wings are going to stick up a little bit naturally. Okay, so we've got that glued on. So let's open it to the center. Then I'm going to cut a piece of elastic, if I can find the end. I've been doing a lot of my books with elastic nowadays. can't go too tight. You don't want to tear your paper. That's why using cardstock is good. If you were using regular paper, 28-pound paper, you wouldn't be able to do that. I'm just overlapping it a little bit. We're going to have to pull it tight anyway. So we're still going to trim it down. It really doesn't matter where the tie ends up being. We're just going to slide it around. And you want to pull this as tight as you can. That's going to be too loose, I think, maybe. But see, that puts a nice cord around there, and it doesn't take away from the book. Then when we flip through, we've just got this in the center. We'll trim this down. It's okay if we need to tighten it. You just cut it off on either side of the knot. And you'll have plenty left to tighten it again if you need to make it tighter, if you find out that you made it too loose. Okay, so that's actually, now the other option would have been, like I said, to tie it with ribbon, and we would have done it the exact same way as with the elastic. However, the ribbon you would tie on the outside, and the ribbon is a little wide on the inside as well, so that was another reason that I vetoed it, even though it would have looked pretty to have a bow on the other side. And then the third option would have been to clamp it together so the pages didn't move. Punch 3 holes in, and then sew it shut with a needle and thread. So that's your third option. But I decided to go with the elastic, and I'm happy with that. So that means that our book is complete. Let me put the lace away. And my clamps. Move this off camera. Let me get my piece of wood out. Let's tie it shut so we can see what it looks like. Completely done. I like the lace on every page. You don't have to tie it super tight. You don't need to smush the lace. And if you wanted to, you could trim that ribbon down. I don't mind having the big bow. I might trim it down. So this is what our completed book looks like. So we're going to go ahead and start our flip through. So on the cover, we have a card that comes out. The butterfly has the triple thick on it. Goes back in here. And then we have the raised up butterfly on the cover and the glazed flowers. Then it opens like this, glazed flower with the writing area, large butterfly on the writing card itself with an acetate pocket so that you can see the image below, and a glazed butterfly there. Then on the next page, oops, we have to untie it for the rest. Okay, let's close the cover back up. Then on the next page, we have the double envelopes. We used a little half of a Velcro circle to close it. We stamped it with little roses. And there's space for a little card in there. And I put the glaze on the envelope flaps. We have the piece of ephemera under the belly band as a writing card. These are the coffee dyed papers that I just kind of finished off camera. And I just added 2 of the 4 pockets, and I did not make them a gusseted pocket or expanded pocket. I went ahead and cut the flaps off and made it a flat pocket. It's got 2 tags in it, and the ladies have been glazed. That's why their color is so vibrant. These are some of our beauties, and the flowers are beauties as well, our Victorian Beauties. Then this has been glazed as well. And there's lots of writing space on the coffee dyed paper. Then on this page is a writing card, and the flowers and butterflies and such have all been glazed. And then this opens to the lace print, then the writing paper with the rose stamp, and it opens again, so you've got more writing space and more writing space, and then there's also a card underneath here. See if I can get that back in. Yay me! Then on the next page we have a glazed envelope. All the flowers are glazed. And it comes out, and there's matching stationery on the inside. And of course the front on here has been glazed. All the flowers on here have. And the butterflies. Now the butterflies, a lot of them come on the page printed, so I didn't feel bad adding the extras. This is also our center spread. On here, this is the butterfly that I need to add the glaze to. This card comes out, and when it does, then you'll notice even more that this pocket is in the shape of a tag, and it's got a little topper on it. This does not come off, and it's attached as a pocket. And then it's flipped up. This card goes in this pocket. And then there's a little tag that goes behind this piece of ephemera that's glazed. The next page, we have a notebook, or a notepad, I mean. And the roses have been glazed, and the roses here have been glazed. And then, of course, there's the writing pad that has 4 pages. And then on the back page, there's a belly band that you can put a card underneath. And on the back side is the image that matches this. Okay, see if I can get this back in. We split the lace right here to allow for full access to the acetate pocket. And it goes back, and we put lace across here to cover our little tiny attacher staples. Then we've got another coffee dyed paper, which I went ahead and left blank at the top for more writing space. And we have another glazed pocket with 2 more beauties in it. I didn't put toppers on them. We were getting kind of close to having space for making it too fat. And then some glazed ephemera there. This is a double belly band made out of acetate. Here's one card here. When you take it out, then you see the other card, and these beautiful tulips have been glazed. And then there's a nice picture underneath. These acetate bands and pockets can be a little fussy sometimes. They're clear. It's kind of hard to tell where they start and stop. And that's the last page of our book. And then we go to the back cover, which has a hidden pocket. and then a large butterfly, which you'd have to put something small in the pocket then, or you could put it on top of the butterfly if you wanted. And then we added this little butterfly down here to cover the little tiny butterfly that we had. So that's it for this journal. I think it turned out really nice. I really like this kit from LineDotArrow. It's called Vintage Victorian Beauties. You can get it on the at the Etsy shop. If you look at the text below the video, there's a design team discount coupon code for you for 40% off anything at in the entire site. So you really want to check that out, and then go check out her Etsy shop. Okay, well that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video series, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.